All right, let's get it. That is TikTok and that's Instagram. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Hey there, how are ya? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We in the building. We're in the building. Let me turn on my theme music. Hold on, let's see what we got tonight. Let's see what we got tonight. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. 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 Yeah, I got this swag. Let's get it. 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 That's right. All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? I am Coach Ken, aka the doctor in the building. I can't say the word. I just all right. I just turned out the music just because it gets me hyped. Now, all right, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're in the building tonight. All right, y'all. Got something good for you tonight. Now, listen, I will say this is going to be a trigger warning for some of y'all. Some people gonna get upset. I can tell you that now. So if you want to hang around, hang around. But y'all know me. I'm gonna tell the truth. So one of the things that I do is the reason why I am, I guess, why I'm effective at what I do is because, I give it to men and women the same way. Because I want relationships to be better. So it's not just talking about men. Men do this, men do that, men do this. Well, what I want to do is I want to be balanced in my approach and bring you things from my coaching practice, real life scenarios of what happened. Now, today I'm going to bring you all a real live scenario. But before we get there, I'd like to say I haven't been on in a few days. I've been coaching. We've been setting up some stuff. We're getting everything ready for the challenge coming up October 4th. We got 300 people signed up. If you haven't signed up, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. You still have an opportunity to sign up. It's absolutely free. Free, free, free. Free.com. Now, that being said, we're going to talk about that. But before we get into all of that, I'd like to know your name and where you're checking in from. I'd like to know your name and where you are checking in from. All right? Because you could be anywhere in the world, but where you checking in from. Oh, first off, I'd like to ask you this. Can you guys hear me well? Can you hear me? Uh-oh, lights went out. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. All right. Am I dragging? I think the internet reconnected, rebooted. All right. YouTube froze. Now, what about now? Everybody tell me what about now, because I think it just came back. You said it's fine here. Did it come back over here on YouTube? It's switching back and forth between data. It's trying to connect. Oh boy. Okay, I'm good now. I'm good now. It's fine. All right. What about here? Anybody on YouTube? Can you guys, YouTube or Facebook, can you tell me if I'm okay? If I'm okay, so I can get started, because what happened was there was a glitch. There was a power surge and my power went out. Okay, I am good, good, good. Okay, wait a minute. Somebody said it's jumping. Over here on TikTok, somebody said it's jumping. Facebook is okay. Good now. All right, let's get busy. So let's go back to what we were saying. What's your name and where you checking in from? I'm not going to be before you very long tonight, but I want to make sure that we are good. Where you checking in from? I want to acknowledge you. So can we do what we normally do? Name, where you checking in from. We can do this quickly, but I do want to acknowledge all of you every chance that I get. Okay? All right. Anybody? Let me know. I don't see anybody. We got Sharon from Chicago in the building. Thank you. Jan from New York City. All right. Lenora from Ontario, Canada. Jaleesa from North Kakalaki. That's where I'm at. Tawanda. Coach, I'm from South Carolina. Let's say Nadia from California. Charlene from Southfield, Michigan. Thank you for joining me. Denalja, what's up, Denalja? From G Borough in the building. All right, Tabitha from Atlanta, Georgia. My man, ZB, Zito Barnes from Newport News, Virginia in the building. Lisa from New York in the building. Yes, yes, yes. And I got Keith from Virginia. Sanji from Connecticut. Lisa from New York, again, I said that. I got my guy Forrest in the building. Thank you guys for hanging around, because the power surge, but that's not going to stop us from doing what it is we do. All right. So tonight, y'all, I want to do something. Like I said, trigger warning. Some of y'all are going to get triggered by what I say. However, I'm going to still bring the truth. All right. So I had a client. Who was a woman, and who is a woman, I'm sorry. And she's roughly 47 years old, okay? She's in a relationship, a newly relationship, because she's been coaching with me for 6 months. She's changed a lot of things about her communication style. She's changed a lot of things, and now she is in a relationship, okay? Now, what happened recently was, she said, Coach, things were going well. Things were going great. And all of a sudden, he started pulling away. And she says, I don't understand why. Can you help me? And so I begin going back through, well, tell me what happened. Tell me what's going on in the relationship, okay? And then she said, nothing really. I said, were you talking to him about what he was doing? She said, yeah, I was telling him he need to get another job. This job isn't serving him. He's been on his job 15 years. And then I began to tell him he needs to do something with his house. And she was like, I was just trying to help him. I was just trying to help him. But I was just telling him, look, this is what you need to do. Okay? So I said, I let her talk, and I let her continue to tell me what it is she said to him. And after it was all said and done, and I said, you know what you did, but he's unwilling to say it. I said, you emasculated him. And she was like, what? I was just trying to tell him. And I said, you emasculated him. And so she was like, well, what is emasculation and how did I emasculate him? So tonight, what's up, baby? The truth, my guy. So tonight, I am going to talk about how women emasculate men. Many times they don't even realize they've done it. And I'm going to tell you what men do as a result of that. This is not about blaming anyone. Y'all got to get out of this damn blame mode. Who's it to blame? Everybody needs to want to get better. Everybody needs to want to level up. And so I begin to tell her what emasculation was and how it affected men. Okay. And she at first didn't want to listen. At first she was like, well, if he want to be sensitive, be a little bitch about it, I don't want to talk to him about it. And then I said, wow. I said, what if you felt a certain way about something and someone he said to you, stop being a little bitch about it. And I said, would you like that? And then what she said was, no, I wouldn't like it. I said, why is it that we expect other people to do something we are unwilling to do? Why is that? Why is that? That's human nature. Okay? Why is that? And you tell him, and I said, you're unwilling to change, yet you want him to change. Okay? You're unwilling to alter your communication, yet but you want him to alter his communication. And so, y'all, I wanted to do this live tonight because I saw, I don't want to get into this because we don't get into this, but I saw all of the vitriol that Tyler Perry got for his comment about a man paying the light bill. Now, what happened was a lot of women was like, why should we do this and that? And then I said, wow, that interview was not about the light bill at all. That comment was taken out of context. And so what happens to people, it is called confirmation bias. What we do is, as human beings, not just men or women, what we do is we find something that supports our opinion. It can be a small thing. I told you all men cheated because that person cheated. Or I told you women were ratchet because that one woman was ratchet. And so what happened was, I said, it is called confirmation bias when you're looking to confirm something, to confirm the bias that you already have. Okay? And so what I wanted to do tonight, if you would on TikTok, give me some likes, get me up to 5,000 likes. They will invite more people. Instagram, invite your friends. Facebook and TikTok, thank y'all for joining me. All right? But here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this. Relationships wouldn't be so hard if we didn't expect them to be so easy. You see, why is it that, y'all, we can get training on our jobs? We get training on anything we want to do, how to drive a car, we get training on. We get somebody to teach us. Why is it that everything in this world that we get good at, that we get proficient at, that we master, we got someone to train us, to coach us, to mentor us. Yet, in a relationship, why is it that relationships are one of the only things we just expect it to work? We don't get any training on communication. We don't get any training on conflict resolution. We don't get any training on love languages, and we don't get any training on any of this on solving disputes, yet we just expect it to work. We expect it to work. And so what I say is this, all right, yet somebody said, yet we're not willing to teach it, to help teach each other. And you know, it's funny somebody said that because I often believe this, y'all. I believe that you teach people how to love you. But first, you got to know how to love you. All right? But that's for another time. So I want to tell women tonight, when you're in a relationship, I just want to give y'all this. I want to give you ways that a woman emasculates a man. But first, let me tell you what emasculation is. So by definition, I wrote this down. The dictionary defines emasculation as castration. Okay, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm referring to the Urban Dictionary now. Urban Dictionary of Emasculation. The removal of the male ego, pride, or empowerment. The removal of the male ego, pride, or empowerment. In other words, the man feels like you are stripping him of his pride. Okay? Because what she was doing was she was telling him all of the things that he was not doing. Okay? She was telling him all of the things he should be better. And so nobody wants to be in a, she was wondering why he pulled away. Nobody wants to be in a relationship. Would you want to be in a relationship where someone is telling you everything you're not doing as opposed to everything you are doing? So, all I said was, I said this. I said what it is a lot of people have the thought process that a man is a man, he should be strong, he should be able to take it. So what the concept is this, is that a lot of women feel like it's okay to hurt a man's feelings because he should be able to take it. Well, the question is it okay to hurt your feelings? Is it okay to hurt a woman's feelings? Is it all right? She should be able to take it, right? But what we do is we have what we call gender bias, and in our in our culture, gender bias is a real thing. Men should do this, women should do that. We have these roles until the roles no longer suit us. And so what I want to do tonight is, if you get in a relationship, when you get in a relationship, what I want you to do is, somebody just said it right here. We have to allow them to be vulnerable. At the end of the day, they still have feelings. Thank you for saying that. Men hurt just like women hurt. Men have emotional trauma just like women's have emotional trauma. Men have to feel safe with you. That's why many of you wonder why a man doesn't communicate with you. He doesn't tell you his innermost feelings because he doesn't feel safe in an environment with you. All right. He feels like if I share what's in my heart, because you think about it, most of us have been grown up. We've been conditioned to believe that sharing your feelings are weak. And then you have people who weaponize the very things that he tells them. And so now what that does, helps him go further and further down the rabbit hole. All right. And so I'm just going to tell you tonight just a couple of ways. I wrote down 17 ways that a woman can emasculate a man. It does not mean that she's emasculating him by doing all 17 of these, but I'm just going to give you probably 6 or 7, maybe 5 or 6. And if you want the rest of them, you got to come to my challenge. I'll tell you about the challenge. It's free. All right. So let's get started. All right. Number 1, the way that a woman can emasculate a man, and taking his pride, removing his ego, is number 1 is what I told her. Telling him what he's not doing as opposed to telling him what he is doing. So when you telling somebody you ain't doing this, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. What it does is when you finish telling, when you continually tell a person you need to or you're not doing, what happens is that they look at you as a source of diminishing light. What I mean by that is that when I view you through a lens of you're diminishing my light, so I no longer want to be around you. When I see you as a source of negative energy, that energy is not conducive to me growing beyond where I'm growing. More importantly, not growing beyond where I'm growing, but having a place where I feel good. So get this, y'all. Here's the thing that a lot of women don't understand about men. You know why men commit to a woman? It is not that he thinks about we're going to have children together one day. It is not that he thinks about we're going to have the house on the hill one day. A man commits to a woman because she makes him feel a certain way, and that feeling makes him want to be around her more. So I don't want you to confuse it. I'm not talking about sex. I'm not talking about sex. That anybody can make you feel that way. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is when I'm around her, when I'm around my wife, I want to be around her because I feel good about myself. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. True people always say, I've heard somebody say, what is influence? Influence is making a person feel good about you. That's not true influence. True influence, write this down, somebody. True influence is making the person feel good about themselves when they are with you. Okay, woo. I know that's deep right there. But true influence is making a person feel good about themselves during the times they're with you. A lot of people get it confused, and they say, if I feel good about you. No. If I feel good about myself when I'm around you, then I will give you influence with me. Woo, woo, woo. That's deep, y'all. I know it is. Number two, which I imagine y'all ain't gonna do this. Complain about his job and salary. Someone asked me earlier on this call, on this live, what do I believe about 50-50? I explained that. I'm not going to explain it tonight because that'll lead me down a road. But I think we all have it twisted what that is. But I don't want to go down that road. But when you complain about his job or salary, there's a difference between empowering him to want to do better versus complaining about his job and salary. Okay? Now, here's the difference. When you complain about, I'm going to go deep. First off, do you know what work represents? When I work somewhere, what does that represent? See, the reason why it's emasculation is because when I work for a living, when I work for my money, right, I had to trade a piece of my life to get the money, right? So when I traded a piece of my life to get the money, the job represents my life. Now think about it, because I had to trade it. I had to trade time that I will never get back to get a piece. So I had to give you a piece of my life for that money, right? So when you diminish that, what happens is when you complain about that, you're actually complaining about my life because I gave a piece of my life to get it. And so every time you see a man, and what I'm telling women, my clients, I say, hey, because I have men clients too, I say, listen, if you want him to be better and make more money, let me show you how to encourage him. Let me show you how to empower him. Let me show you how to do that part of it where he wants to. Because a lot of times, y'all, people don't do things because they're afraid, because of fear. Fear is prevalent in all of our lives at some point or another. And you can sit back and you can cast judgment because you make more money than this man. You can say, well, I would do that. But what area of your life are you fearful? What area of your life do you not achieve? Is it your body? Or is it your health? What is it? Because what I say is, that's why I don't like to get into this 50-50 thing. Because we place so much weight on money. We place so much weight on that. What if the person becomes crippled and can't buy anything? What if you became crippled and you couldn't pay your part or anything? See, what we do is, it's amazing when the shoe is on the other foot. It is amazing when we begin talking about things from a perspective of, okay, life be lifing, y'all. Life be lifing. And sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what today or tomorrow. I'll never forget this, y'all. And this is why when I do in Atlanta, I'm doing a live event in Atlanta, and I'm gonna go over this 50-50 thing. I'm going to give y'all a story. I'm going to tell y'all a story real quickly. Here's the story. Back in 2007, I was on the show called The Biggest Loser. I don't know if any of you have seen this show. I used to weigh 425 pounds. Okay. And so when I went on the show, I remember I went to the doctor. I'm not going to go into all the details on, and I was unhealthy, but because I used to think if you made enough money, I was on that money trip. I was traveling around the country. I was making a boatload of money, speaking, training, helping people, business owners. I mean, not business owners, managers and leaders. And I'm going to tell you what, and what happened was this. I remember I had to get my health in order because I went to the doctor. The doctor had said blood pressure, sugar level was through the roof. And I came home one day and I told my wife, I got to do something different. And so I applied to be on this show many years ago. It was called The Biggest Loser. I don't know if you've seen it. Some of you, it was on NBC. And I got on the show. But the part of it that I want to tell you about, for 8 months, I had to turn away $75,000 worth of business for 3 months because I had to get my health back. I had to train, work out, eat right. My job was getting healthy. I worked out twice. So I didn't have a steady job. Do you know what my wife did? I'm going to tell y'all this. My wife never asked me one day, how much money you making? My wife got a second job. And I'll never forget this, y'all, because to this day, it brings tears to my eyes. One day she got paid. And she didn't want to emasculate me because she knew how I felt about taking care of my family. But what she did was she brought her money and put it on my desk. Put it on my desk and walked away. And as she walked away, I started crying. And I never forgot that. Now, I want to tell you something, why that's important. For 7 months, I think I started back, really working back and traveling again, about 7 months into it. My wife since then has not had to work if she didn't want to. My wife works because she wants to, but I never forgot it. If I had been in a situation like many people who are talking this shit, they're like, I wasn't going to support no man. I wasn't going to do that. We've been married 22 years now. That was 6 years into the marriage. Now, what I'm saying is, if she had adopted the attitude that, you know what, 50-50, because sometimes she got to give 70, I got to give 30. Sometimes I'm going to give 90, she going to give 10. That's why we got this shit twisted, y'all. And so what I tell people is, we go, this modern dating I'm teaching, and this is why I'm great at what I do, because my students are learning. They are learning, y'all, that what a relationship is partnership. But we always go because we listen to the prognosticators, we listen to the influencers, and what I will say is people are not championing, they're not championing love anymore. They're not. Everybody want to be what I'm gonna get out of this. And I get it. I get the whole thing. But now it's all about partnership, y'all. I just wanted to tell y'all that. Number three, emasculating a man. You use phrases like, I wish you would. I wish you would. Or man up. If you use stuff like that, that's emasculation. All right. Number 4, you constantly make decisions without his input. Even if, y'all, you're going to do it in your household, still confer with him. Even if you decided, but you want to be inclusive in the process. And so what I'm saying is, if you're not inclusive in the process, the other person feels excluded from the process. And so emasculation, y'all, is powerful. And so my client, I'm going to give you one more. She was like, damn, I did so many of these. I gave her a list of them. But I said, that's okay. I told her how to fix it. I told her how to go back and fix it. She went back and she did what I said. Now they're back together again. And the thing is he didn't want to argue. He didn't want to. He just felt like if you didn't respect me, if you don't respect the person I am, then you don't need to be with me. Okay. But I admire her because she had the humbleness to say I was wrong. A lot of people won't, y'all. They just won't. And the last thing I'm gonna give you for tonight, last thing, is you criticize or downplay his achievements. If he's excited about something, it might be a 50-cent raise, y'all. It may not be big in your eyes, but it's big to him. And do not downplay some accomplishment or achievement that he's made. Y'all listen, all I'm gonna say is I'm done. This ain't about, y'all, in my coaching, it is never about right or wrong. It is only about helping people come up. Men come up. I'm gonna hold men, their feet to the fire. Because some of the men, some of the stuff they're out here doing is foul as hell. I'm gonna hold women's feet to the fire. I'm gonna hold myself, my own feet to the fire. I'm trying to improve every day to be a better husband, to be a better father, to be a better grandfather. I asked my daughter the other day, I said, am I doing all right? Am I doing all right? And she says, you're doing all right. And so what I'm saying is, I want you all to understand this. Listen, before you go, those of you, I'm doing I've talked about this challenge starting October 4th. I'm doing a challenge called the Love Vault Challenge. For 3 days, I'm going to teach you I'm going to pour into you for 10 hours. We're going to have fun, but I'm going to show you some things that you haven't learned. I only get a certain amount of time here. For those of you who want to come to the challenge, it is absolutely free. I'm not charged. This will be the last free challenge I will ever do. Okay? But this one is free. All right? And so what I want you to do is this. For those of you on TikTok, if you're on Instagram and you haven't registered for it, what I want you to do is go up to my bio, click on my link tree. You'll see the link tree, and you'll see the Love Vault Challenge. And I want you to sign up as quickly as possible because we're going to run out of space. All right? But put the word free in the code. Put the word free in the code. Okay? Go up to my link tree. Go up to my bio. Click on the link tree. Put on the Love Vault Challenge. The Love Vault Challenge. It starts October 4th. We're going to once you sign up, we'll start sending you stuff on it. Okay? It's going to be free. Put the word free in the section. If you're on YouTube, I'm putting the link right here in the comment section. If you're on YouTube, I'm putting the link in the comment section. Go and sign up. If you are on Facebook, on my page, I'm about to put the link in the Facebook. All right? So let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Here is the link. I'm putting the link in my Facebook, and you can go sign up. All right, y'all. So that's my time. Y'all watch the show tonight. It's coming on at 9 o'clock. MTV, y'all know my show on TV. MTV, 9 p.m., Caught in the Act, Unfaithful Caught in the Act with Tammy Roman and yours truly, relationship coach extraordinaire, Coach Ken. Y'all go watch the show if you got MTV. If you don't, catch it on, if you want to sign up for the Love Vault Challenge, go and, what I'm going to do is I'll put it in the group. Which group are you in? Because I can't tell. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm out. If you don't get it, let me know. We'll make it work. Thank you, Sean. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, my friend, at the live event in Atlanta, and I'll talk more about that later on. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out.